Check 1. Check 2. We are live. Welcome everybody. Today is April 19 in the year 2023. And we are live. We're live here on YouTube. Welcome everybody in the chat. Pile on in. Jim Gerard, TJ, Wayne, Champs, Clayton Burgess, Jim Gerard, Vinny D. Martini in the house. Morning everybody. Super Predators, I hate to inform you, but Hillary Clinton was right. Hillary Clinton was right about super predators. They're rising. Kicking the shit out of people in a city near you. Take a look. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Said the Wizard of Oz. Anyway, welcome everybody. How you doing? Make sure everything is rolling. Wait for the stream to kick in. This is what we do in live stream. Live stream to make sure everything is clicking. Everything is happy and clicky. Clicky, clicky, clicky. So yeah, so Super Predators, they're back. They are back. Still waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. There I am. So, welcome everybody. Marcus Conti reporting. How are you? How you doing, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. We're over the hump. You know, sometimes you have to give credit where credit is due. Even if you don't like somebody, if you don't agree with them most of the time, sometimes even a jackass is right. Right? They say even a blind pig will find some corn once in a while. And it does look like Hillary Clinton back in the 90s coined the phrase, black youth super predator, black youth super predator. They're the type of super predators without conscience. You remember when she said it and then was confronted on it for the rest of her life? Well, it turns out that it's happening again. Why are young, mostly black youths rising up again in the streets all across America, in the cities, Chicago, New York, and beating the shit out of people and breaking and smashing and crashing things? And we have a class of politicians, I guess they call them progressive, they call themselves progressives, where they encourage this type of insurgents, this type of social unrest, this type of revolt. All right? You could go beat somebody up. Go into a store. They've legalized shoplifting. You can go into a store and steal whatever you want, fill up a bag, no problem. No one can say jack to you about what you're doing. And you could also hang out with your friends and beat up random people in the street and steal their wallet and their phone and their money. And it's okay. There's no real, there's no political pushback. It's not an insurgence. But if people, I don't know, for example, speak up about election integrity in America and convene on the steps of Congress and inside Congress to voice their opinions about rigged elections and elections that don't appear to be on the up and up in America, then you're an insurrectionist. Then you should be thrown in jail for 25 years for leading a violent insurrection on our nation. But all across America, if you're in Chicago and you happen to be shopping at Macy's or Nordstrom or whatever, okay, out at night, walking the mall, not too late, maybe 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're strolling there with your loved one, and suddenly a crowd of young black super predators converges on you and kicks your boyfriend's ass and then comes for you. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're outnumbered. So what's the solution to it? Obviously, we always want to work towards a solution. First, you have to acknowledge, in solving problems, you have to acknowledge that there is a problem, that this is a problem in America right now. It seems to be so. So we'll look at the words, the infamous words that ring out in history from Hillary Clinton, a.k.a. Bill Clinton, back in the 90s when black youth super predators were roaming all over New York City, beating the shit out of people, killing people in Central Park. And we'll go back and look at that. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? We love Hillary Clinton now. You see how history comes back and how it reverses? I admire Hillary Clinton for what she said about dealing with super predators. Now, she has since walked it back for political reasons, but in her heart of hearts, she knows the problem. But you can't offend the ornery blacks that send their kids out into the street to beat up anybody and everybody because they're fucking angry, because the parents are angry, and then the kids are surrounded by anger, and to lash out at somebody for no reason is normal. So Hillary Clinton had her finger on that back in the 90s, and that's just the way it is, man. That's the way history unfucking folded for us, right? Hillary Clinton, the great prophet. So to all the Hillary Clinton fans out there, people that love her, that voted for her in 2016 and in 2020, all the angry women that want to see a woman president. Well, I'm on your side now, so you can't really. I love Hillary Clinton today. Today, I am absolutely loving Hillary Clinton. I'm prepared to forget how many times she lied to Congress about smashing evidence before handing it over to the FBI in the 2016 election, where they basically stole it from Bernie Sanders, where they were involved in quid pro quo and commingling funds and all kinds of shit in 2016. What's the word? Communicating directly to media. All right. So we're going to forget about that because Hillary Clinton is now our hero. So anyway. So there you go. So we'll, oh yeah, I have a website. I forgot to tell you about it. Every morning at 9 a.m. we are live. We're live right here on YouTube, and we love it. We love being here. We love talking about these very, very topical subjects as they evolve from Hillary Clinton being a despicable, horrible, angry, nasty woman. And now all of a sudden, her words are ringing out. The truth of her words are ringing out. See how when you continue, you find out who the real people are. Right? And so every morning at 9 a.m. if you want to find out about it. Last night, Tuesday night Dharma gathering, 7 p.m. Holy smokes, we were there. Were you there? If you want to watch it, the rerun is up. 90-day meditation challenge. Don't not do that for yourself because it's very good to do when you sit and meditate. And in my view, that's one of the elements of eliminating super predatorship, where if youth, why are they beating up on people that they don't even know? Why such violence? Right? Why such violence in our youth? Right? And I think meditation and diet and exercise and such and sun and drinking water and resting are things that clearly and unequivocally have a transformative effect on people. So we'll talk about that at the end. But let's look at the problem. I was going to burp. Let's look at the problem. Mikhail Sly says, Hillary Clinton is not my enemy. Fuck you. Oh, he didn't say fuck you. Yeah, well, today she should be. Watch. I'm gonna show it to you, Mikhail. I know. The sight of Hillary Clinton is enough to make one nauseous. To some people, the sight of Donald Trump is enough to make them jump out a window or start doing this. I can't believe it. They do that. Right? When they see there's women in the world that when they see Donald Trump, they go like this. Their eyes get wider, right? And they're like, Donald Trump is a fucking animal. What the fuck is wrong with you? They start doing that thing. Right? You ever see people do that? So Hillary Clinton has a similar effect. Hillary Clinton is more like, but she's a prophet. Let's go take a stroll down memory lane. Yeah, it's fucking memory lane. Let me get my costume on. And you remember when I gave it away. But remember when the police officer says, "Hey kids, get off the street," and black and hold on a second. Let me get this right. I'm gonna get this right. And here's the cop. And hey, black youth super predator, what you doing? Who you calling a blackie? I'm calling you blackie. Are you a black youth super predator? Are you a black youth super predator? Why, no, I'm a cow. I'm a black cow. I'll get that right. Anyway, man. So there's Hillary Clinton, and that was my attempt at a puppet show. So I have a website. I told you about it. You can make contributions to this program if you love Hillary Clinton today, or you hate her. Zelle, Short Happy Life is the way to do it. And let's start here. You talk about robots. Everybody's talking about we're going to be replaced by robots. Well, in this case, it looks like a good replacement. Rather than sending in a amateur fireman or a rookie fireman or an experienced fireman into a collapsing building, or sending in a poor innocent dog working for his lunch, there you go. We have robots. We have machines that will do it for us. So there was a garage collapse in New York City. A lot of old buildings, and if you keep piling cars on top of the roof, eventually the roof is going to cave in. The buildings are 100 years old. You think that anybody is spending time fixing the old buildings? Hell fucking no. They're just piling in cars. So a building collapses and they send in this. There it is. There's the image. It's a robotic thing with 4 legs. I mean, it looks like a dog. I mean, it's the size of a large dog. It has 4 legs, which is, I guess, good for balance. And that's the fire department. New York City FDNY using a robot to go in and check out the mess, so sniff around for dead bodies or whatever, or broken bodies. Look at the cars piled up. A bunch of jackasses, right? They build in this. Oh, there we go. Oh, there he is. Look at that. That's fascinating, right? I'm going this way. Are you there? Hello. I'm the robot looking for you. Oh, he fell over. The robot fell over.
Out for the dog so well.
Oh, man. You saw the end of it. The robot fell over. Not working so well. Come on. They haven't figured that out, how to get over a pile of crap? Oh, the robot fell over.
No, that didn't work out for the dog so well.
But anyway, I think it's fascinating. They're in the right going in the right direction. It just can't walk over anything that's not stable. They haven't figured that one out yet. It can't get over a hill. It's just it's a camera with a bunch of legs. Really, that's what it is. Also in racist news, youth. Are we training our children correctly? We promote wrestling, which is basically a very violent fucking sport. The object is to throw the other body on the ground and hold it down until it gives. Right? Using your brute force. But if that wasn't enough, let's watch the interaction. Youth wrestler sucker punches opponent after the loss. And he does appear to be one of those lighter skinned blacks. They just came out with those. They came out with those a couple of years ago, maybe like 40 years ago, where they started to mix the very dark blacks in with some lighter whites. And it produces this kind of hybrid human that appears to be mostly black. So watch the hybrid black punch the mostly white kid in the face. He's pissed off. He lost. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So that's pretty heavy, right? He took a shot in the face, man. That was a hard hit. That was a hard hit. Hard hit when you're not expecting it. Oops. Get that motherfucker. So.
He just punched him right in the face.
Look at all the. Look at. Wait a second. There's more in the video. You see all the kids? Look at the kids. What kind of kids are they? We have to identify them, right? Isn't that the way everything works today? Everything is critical race theory, race first. So let's look at the race. This kid has an afro. I'd call him black. This one has a little bit of a fro. He's black. The teacher's white. The other teacher's white. There's a lot of blacks with afros. There's a lot of afroism. So if you have that, here's a white, right? There's blacks and whites fighting. So is it a super predatorship? What makes a kid do that and think that it's okay? Right? What makes it? Kid comes out to shake his hand. He's like, fuck you, man. That's what I think of you, man. So Hillary Clinton was right. I told you earlier. Let's listen to Hillary Clinton about super predators. Let's listen.
The fourth challenge is to take back our streets from crime, gangs, and drugs. And we have actually been making progress on this count as a nation because of what local law enforcement officials are doing, because of what citizens and neighborhood patrols are doing. We're making some progress. Much of it is related to the initiative called community policing, because we have finally gotten more police officers on the street. That was
there's Hillary Clinton calling for more police officers on the street. And at the time, she was like, oh, my God, she's attacking blacks. She's actually putting blacks in their place and teaching them not to punch the white person. Stop punching. Hey, blacks, stop attacking the white person because you think that the white person is in your way in life. Stop doing that, Hillary Clinton said.
One of the goals that the president had
more police.
When he pushed the crime bill that was passed in 1994. He promised 100,000 police. We're moving in that direction, but we can see it already makes a difference. Because if we have more police interacting with people, having them on the streets, we can prevent crimes. We can prevent petty crimes from turning into something worse.
Okay, so we could turn petty crimes into something worse. You mean like legalizing your party of corrupt Democrats promoting shoplifting across America? That is a promotion of shoplifting. When you remove the penalty for petty larceny, anything under $1,000 stealing, you're basically, without any consequence, you're basically legalizing theft. But you can't go to a rally. If you go to a rally and you tell people, let's go inside and talk about election integrity, you get 25 years in prison for doing that. Right? For challenging a politician, you get 25 years in prison. For stealing from any fucking big store in America, then there's no problem. Then that's the corporation has to deal with that.
But we also have to have an organized effort against gangs, just as in a previous generation we had an organized effort against the mob.
Weevil Girl says more police are not the answer, and I do agree with that. I agree. I'm being sarcastic. I'm being taking the other side of it. Of course, the root of the problem is the wild kids. You've got to correct the wild kids. But in the meantime, maybe just putting some cops where people could see them might be a solution for now.
We need to take these people on. They are often connected to big drug cartels. They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel. And the president has asked the FBI to launch a very concerted effort against gangs everywhere.
Bring them to heel, she said. Bring them to heel. She never uses the word black. But if you roll the tape back, you know who she was talking about. 1995, 96. That's when basically gangs of black youth, young black men were roaming around, beating and robbing people. And who got the credit? Who did the job? Forget about who got the credit for getting rid of it. It was Rudy Giuliani. All right, Rudy Giuliani in New York City said, enough. She said, Rudy said enough. He got elected mayor and he said, no, we don't have to live like this. And he started locking these kids up and locking everything down, the violence, and it worked. So Rudy got credit for that. But now Rudy Giuliani is the fucking devil to people like Hillary Clinton.
In addition to that, he has appointed a new drug czar. You probably saw him Tuesday night. He's one of the
so there's Hillary Clinton.
Connected to big drug cartels. We can prevent crimes. We can prevent worse. But we also have to have an organized effort against gangs, just as it was passed in 1994. He promised 100 acting with people, having them on the streets. We can prevent crimes. We can prevent petty crimes from turning into something worse. But we also have to have an organized effort against gangs, because we have finally gotten more.
All right. So anyway, I lost the spot. But why am I talking about this today? So there was a random mob, for example. Mob randomly attacks couple walking in Chicago. You may say, why am I talking about Hillary Clinton and this? Where's your evidence of black youth super predators roaming around? Well, I'm going to give it to you right now. Mob randomly attacks couple walking in Chicago. Okay? A young Chicago couple caught on video being assaulted during the violent teen takeover of the Windy City over the weekend feared the vicious mob was going to kill us during the unprovoked attack. Ashley, 20, and Devontae, a mixed couple. See, this is how it happens, right? This is the mixing of the human genetics, right? Where you take the black and the white and you put them in the same box for a while, and then they eventually copulate and produce a hybrid, something in the middle of the black youth super predator and the whatever white, the rest easy white. Right. It's science, man. This is not. This is not racism or anything like that. This is science, biology. It's biology. You take one species or one variation in the species, and then you copulate it with the other variation in the species, and you get a variation, right? They wanted to kill us. She said she was hurt, but DJ, she calls him, they were jumping him in the middle of the street. It got pretty bad. So here's some videos. I watched a video, I'm going to show it in a second, where clearly black fucking thugs out on the street, beating the shit out of people. Look at the crowd. They're all. It's classic black fucking herd. A black herd, young herd of blacks roaming the streets of Chicago, doing this, breaking windows, stepping on things. There's a couple of whites sprinkled in, but the whites that are sprinkled in seem to be on the side of the black youth super predator. Whatever the black youth super predator does, it's okay, and that's what we're going to do. If the black youth super predator is smashing windows and beating up innocent couples while they're trying to get something to eat on a date at 10 p.m. at night, walking in Chicago, and they get beat up by black youth super predators, the white kids that hang out there or like a good ass kicking will usually jump in. Let's see if we can get the video. Where's the video?
We didn't know anybody. We were just trying to walk through a group of people.
So here's the loving couple. And woman says Chicago cop told her downtown chaos going to keep happening because the new mayor, Brandon Johnson, got elected. Now they're turning it into politics already.
Caught up in a mob, 2 out-of-towners
sharing
their story after being beaten by teens downtown on Saturday.
How many? Let's do the head count. Let's do the head count. How many?
Part of the story, the Good Samaritan who stepped in to help.
Fuck the Good Samaritan that stepped in. Let's see the video of
teens
all black
on
teens.
Saturday.
A key part of the
all black teens pounding one black kid because why did the black kid get pummeled? Because he was walking down the street with Whitey. Oh, that's why. They pushed into the white chick, and there lies the privilege. She had white privilege, and the black kid got laid into for defending the white chick. Is that what it was? Could be.
The story, the Good Samaritan who stepped in to help.
Anthony Pause is live with more tonight. Anthony?
Yes, Corey, and Don, this attack happened here on the 100 block of North Wabash Avenue Saturday night. It could have ended way worse had it not been for the intervention of a truly good Samaritan who says that the video of this attack that went viral over the weekend really only captures the tail end of what she describes as an absolutely a brutal attack. The victims here, a couple visiting from out of town. They're in their early 20s, staying in an Airbnb. They were out to dinner, just trying to enjoy their night.
They're not even from Chicago. That's news. They were visiting from somewhere else, staying at an Airbnb.
We were just downtown in Chicago trying to shop, trying to get some food. And we were walking down the street, and there was a really big group of guys, a really big group of people.
Why don't you call them what it is, Whitey? Call it what it is. It's a huge group of angry blacks. Angry black youth super predators. That's precisely what the video reveals.
And girls.
Yeah, guys and girls. And,
guys and girls for no reason. What's the reason?
DJ had my hand, and he was trying to lead me through the crowd of people. And they pushed him, they pushed me. And as soon as they pushed me, I told DJ, I said, hey, they just shoved me.
The mob attack happened right near Macy's Wabash Street entrance.
And it was a mob of about 60 to 100 people.
They said they're going to kill us. They turned around and...
60 to 100 people. 60 to 100 kids. What are you going to do when 60 and 100 kids pile on top of you and your girl? You're going to try to run, but you're going to shit in your pants and take a beating because there's no... Unless you're some fucking kung fu expert or you got a gun. If you have a gun, you start shooting. You shoot 1 or 2 of them and they'll go away.
Started fighting,
They were shoeless. They didn't have they were looking for their phones, but it was no point because the phones had been taken away.
Both the victims and Lenora Dennis, the woman who came to their aid, say that several Chicago police officers passed by but did not intervene.
Cops drove right by it. Act like they didn't see anything.
I literally went out.
Looks like they choked the girl too. You saw that? You saw that little clip there? It looked like they choked her.
And stopped and held my hands up to a police car and asked them to stop and motioned them over to what was going on. And they just cut a path around me and just kept going.
She was eventually able to get the couple into her car. Then she drove them to the police station.
All black.
Got told by the desk sergeant that this was going to happen. It was going to keep happening because Brandon Johnson got elected.
The witness says that the police captain said this is going to keep happening. You got a leftist new mayor who took over for Lightfoot, Lori Lightfoot, who got unelected. Someone replaced her, and they don't like him either. Brandon Johnson.
That floored me.
An ambulance then took them to the hospital, but the couple was without their phones, wallets, and shoes, which had all been stolen during the attack.
I told.
What is the problem there? What are you revolting about, young black super predators? What is your fucking problem? Why are you so angry? We love you. We now unfortunately have to agree with Hillary Clinton because she was right about you.
Them told the couple that I was going to go home to find them some shoes so that they wouldn't be barefoot for the rest of the night.
Her name is Lenore.
Wow. She gave us shoes, took us home, took us to the hospital.
Her husband as well.
Thank you.
Just do unto others. And that's a mantra
Good Samaritan. All right.
that I live by every day, is just do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
What else can we find out?
Downtown Saturday night near Millennium Park and some of the surrounding streets. And in that mayhem, there's cell phone video that's since gone viral that shows a young couple visiting from North Carolina who was roughed up, beaten, and robbed. Take a look at that video. This video was shared with us by CWB Chicago, and it shows a huge crowd of young people beating up on a young couple along Wabash between Michigan and between Washington and Randolph.
Kicking, punching, pulling hair. Men, the black men, youth, the males, they don't necessarily pull hair, but they kick and punch like motherfuckers.
We spoke to Lenora Dennis, who said she came out of that Macy's Saturday evening along Wabash just seconds before this mass of people started beating up on the young couple. She said she tried to get several police officers to stop.
Wow.
When they didn't, she realized she needed to intervene herself. Well, that young couple spoke to Fox News today and said they were robbed of their cell phones, their new purchases, and they even had the shoes stripped off their...
I mean, right away it tells you, don't walk along the fucking Black Mall. Don't take a walk down the Black Mall at 10 p.m. in Chicago when you're half white. When half of your party is white and half of your party is black, don't go out at 10 p.m. in Chicago. That's what it tells you. And you wonder why the cities are fucking crying for people to come back because, well, this is what you got. Right? Why do I want to go to Chicago and risk having to kill somebody? All right? Because I'm not going to get beat up. I'm too old for that. I'm not going to sit there and get pounded and punched by a bunch of kids. One of them, somebody's going to know that they had a fight besides me.
Their feet.
It was very random because all we were doing, we had just left Nordstrom and we were looking for somewhere to eat. And we saw that group and they just thought they was tough and didn't want to move out the way. Just out there being stupid, young and dumb, trying to prove a point for nothing.
Trying to prove a point for nothing. Okay.
Once I saw that there would be...
Why don't you call a spade, my brother? Hey, my brother.
They're being stupid, young and dumb.
Call a spade. The spades converged on me and my girl because I'm black and she's white and they don't like that shit. Maybe that's what we're saying. I don't know.
Trying to prove a point for nothing.
Once I saw that there would be no external intervention, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Lenora, Good Samaritan, why don't you call a spade? A gang of spades. A gang of spades converges on an innocent couple walking down the street because, in their mind, some sort of social rule was broken. Right?
I said I can't let him just get killed in front of my face. That's not the thing to do. So yeah,
it's a scary thing when that happens.
I felt like it was that bad. I mean, I felt like it was that bad. Though. I'm just telling them get out of their area.
Yeah, get out of the area. She's right.
As I was telling them that, the group came back around the corner and started fighting them again. And so that's when I was like, this is going to be an all-night ordeal if I don't get them.
It occurs to me that these are the same kids that go to public schools, public education. They may be kids that work at Walmart, because they're young. They might work, at the local fast food joint. They might work as a computer engineer. Who knows what they do as teenagers? But at night, they come out in packs and, and attack people. Right? Why is that? What is not satisfactory about your life that causes you to want to do that? I have no desire when I go out, black youth super predator, pay attention to the white man. He's going to educate you on his white privilege. I don't have any desire when I walk out the door at night, the few times that I do anymore, and I'm out there looking for something. Right? I don't do that much anymore. But when I do, I have no desire at all to jump and beat up and bully someone randomly in the street with all my friends. I have no desire to do that. So there is something in you, right, in all of you that is causing you to do that. Right? That's what you got to look at. Right? I don't have that, is what I'm trying to convey. That's what I'm trying to convey to you, black youth super predator who loves Hillary Clinton. Right?
Out of here.
Dennis said she was ultimately able to get that young couple out of the Macy's and into her car successfully, where she said she then drove them to a nearby police station herself for them to give a police report. They were then taken to the hospital to be treated for their minor injuries. She said she also gave them some money just to be able to get by when they were in Chicago, because they still have not been able to recover their cell phones. There were 15 teenagers arrested, 2 of them shot during that chaos on Saturday night.
15 arrested and 2 shot. They're fucking out there. They're out there smoking that shit, smoking a K or whatever they're doing. That's not that's not in itself a bad thing. They're out there causing problems. They're out there violence. The violence. You got to take the violence out of walking down the fucking street. Chicago is a no gun zone, right? Well, I would assume that if people had guns, you would have a lot less of this. Look, as I said, the kid that got beat up, the kid and the girl are in their 20s. If that happens to someone in their 60s, you got a problem, right? Because you get punched in the head, by a fucking 20-year-old kid who punches you in the head from behind and is kicking you in the ribs. You're going to break. You're not going to be able to sustain that kind of beating, and you're going to die. So your life is in danger. Maybe a 20-year-old kid, tough kid. He plays football. He could take a beating. He could take a good beating, and as long as he covers his fucking head, right? They could even break his arms and legs, and he'll still be fine. He'll survive. And you take somebody like an older person who's not, maybe not in such good shape. You're gonna fucking kill him, right? You punch him once, and I remember that video comes to mind. The video of the old guy getting punched in the face, the 80-year-old guy, for no reason. He gets punched in the face and he falls down like a wall and bangs his head and dies, right? You gotta stop that before it happens to you. Right? Don't let it happen to you.
And as Dennis put it herself, she said she has lived in Chicago all her life.
If you can't fight, learn how to run. I'll say that. Learn how to run fast, right? Now, and that's ageless. You can be 60. Those kids could probably, if that happened to me and I had a good jump, I could probably get away, or I could get far enough where I could just isolate 2 or 3 of them, right? By running, fucking run. Hey, girlfriend, let's go. Boom, and you run. And if you're in shape, you'll get away. Before fucking 100 kids pile on you. So stay, health. Right there. Being healthy could save your life, because you can run away from the black youth super predator that are crawling all over American cities right now.
She's never seen anything like it. She said that was no small crowd. It was hundreds of people.
Hundreds. One more clip.
GN Evening News at 6.
A visit to Chicago turned into a terrifying ordeal for one woman. She and her boyfriend were downtown on Saturday.
So, in front of the T-Mobile.
And WGN's Dana Revick spoke with
see what else we can find out before we move on.
Jumped in to help, and she's joining us live with more details. Dana?
Fake news spin.
This woman is in town from South Carolina visiting her boyfriend. The two of them decided to head downtown on Saturday to enjoy the beautiful weather.
Shopping, and we were hungry, so we went to go look for some food, and we encountered like a huge group of people, probably 60, maybe more.
Wow.
Ashley Knutson and her boyfriend went downtown Saturday afternoon. A few hours later, around 6 p.m., they were in the 100 block of Wabash when they were assaulted and robbed.
Hey man, you want to date a black dude? You become a punching bag. She reminded me of a punching bag right there. Let's look at the video. This is a good shot, right? See all the kids? That's a fucking mob, and it's not just men. It's all kinds of them, right? All kinds of blacks, men and women, and everything in between. To be fair.
Several large groups of teens converged in the loop, jumping on cars.
Oh, let's do a tweak. He's twerking.
Buses, kicking passing cars, and smashing vehicle windows.
He turned around, he said,
That's twerking. They're doing the black. Like the black. That's the black mating call. You heard the twerk? You stand on the top of a car at 10 p.m. at night, and you shake your ass so that everybody could see it. That's a homo twerk, by the way. That looks like a man. That's a homo twerk.
Passing cars.
He's a homo twerking.
And smashing vehicle windows.
That's funny stuff, right? It's crazy, right?
He turned around, he said, who pushed her? And immediately, as soon as he said that, they went crazy. I'm gonna kill you. Like, started.
That is one scary place to be in. That's not even like being in a mosh pit. That's being in a mosh pit and everybody is punching you. Now, a mosh pit, you're on your own, right? A rock show, boom, the mosh pit. But here, they're just pounding you. You got to get out of that circle. You got to get out. You got to break out of the circle.
Beating on him, they pulled me to the ground.
Video posted to social media shows the mob attacking the couple on the sidewalk. The worst part, Knutson says, was the helpless feeling that came when she saw a CPD squad car drive right by.
He's on one side getting jumped in the car.
And the police just drove right fucking by, man. They're like, hey, let them kill each other. The police are probably right. They usually start doing this around 10 p.m. They start fighting and breaking stuff, and then they start, at least 2 or 3 of them will shoot each other. And that's 2 or 3 less. That's what the cops will tell you. Yeah, just let them kill each other. Just stay away from them. They're fucking animals.
Almost avoided him to drive past, and I was just bewildered.
You can hear the cops say that. They're fucking animals. What are you doing out at 10 p.m. walking down the black mall with the fucking animals, the super predators? That's racist, the cop. They'll say that to the cops. That's racist. No, it's the truth. That's the truth right there.
Like, you didn't even stop.
I literally stopped and put my hands up in front of the squad car, like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
And was motioning them over to the side.
All right. So I think we got the gist of that one. Hillary, say it
Often
again.
the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
You called out President Clinton for defending Secretary Clinton's use of the term super predator back in the 90s when she supported the crime bill. Why did you call him out?
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
No conscience.
It's a very well thought out crime bill that is both smart and tough.
No empathy.
Called black youth super predators in 1994. Please explain your record.
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
Why, Bernie? Why is super predatorship that's a Trump ad. Let's listen to Hillary defend herself here. Hillary.
You use the term super predators to describe some young kids. Some feel like it was racial code. Was it? And were you wrong to use that term?
Well, I was speaking about drug cartels and criminal activity that was very concerning to...
No, you weren't, Hillary. Stop lying. Now, here's the lying Hillary Clinton. She wasn't talking specifically about drug cartels. She was talking about the wild blacks that roam the fucking streets and were killing, they were killing joggers in Central Park, robbing women and raping them and killing them in Central Park.
Folks across the country. I think it was a poor choice of words. I never used it before. I haven't used it since. I would not use it again.
Mad Cow Mark points out they weren't too good at throwing punches, not a mark on her. You're talking about the girl that got. That's a good observation. Her face wasn't beat up. They say the kid was. The kid took a couple of shots in the face, but they don't usually punch the girls in the face. They rip their fucking hair out of their head. They get one of the women to rip the hair out of the head. Most of the black men are not going to punch a defenseless white girl. They're just going to fucking push her to the side and go after the dude.
Because my whole life, to go back to what I was saying to Mr. McGee, is, really, ever since I went to work for the Children's Defense Fund, is to try to figure out ways to even the odds for people that are left out and left behind. And I know very well that we have too many kids in our country right now who are living in poverty, who are going to schools like the ones in Detroit that have mold and rodents in them. I saw that in South Carolina. It's
what are you talking about?
Unfortunately, across America. So what we've got to do is provide more opportunities earlier in the lives of every child.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I agree that you have to have more opportunity, but so I don't know, give Hillary Clinton a. Let's see how the markets are doing. Ding, ding, ding. Screw all that racism. How's the money doing? So NASDAQ is down 67. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 135. S&P 500 down 18. All red. All red this morning. Who's leading the charge? Apple, technology kind of mixed right now. Looks like Apple down 32. Amazon up 76 cents. This is cents I'm talking about. Google up $1.11. Down $1.11. Meta, formerly Facebook, down $2.92, trading as we speak. Microsoft down $2.76. Rivian down another 61 cents to $12.83. Some people love it, some people hate it. This reporter says it'll be a $200 stock one day, maybe because they got a very powerful friend in Amazon who owns 25% of the float. Tesla got a little bang today because of earnings report, I believe. Who else? What else? Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. Lockheed Martin, the war stocks. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, all down. Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson, the holy vaccine stocks, also flat. Johnson & Johnson up a little, Moderna down a little. And so a slightly down open. Let me look at the NASDAQ. It looks like it looks like it was more down before than it was now. And let's see, 5 day. Yeah, we're coming down. We're still going sideways. This is a bit of a dip, dippity dip from yesterday. Yesterday we saw a high of in the NASDAQ 12,240, and now we're at 12,078. So we're down like 200 points on the NASDAQ. Who knows? So thank you all for joining me. Marcus Conte reporting on Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm talking about. I think Hillary Clinton is what she was looking at was very real, but you could see how the racism prevented the solving of the problem. Hillary Clinton accurately puts her finger on it. You have to offer more opportunities. And, how do you do that? Well, you got to start with the family. You got to go into the family and what you'll find is angry, disgusting, violent blacks that are raising children that end up in the public school system, and they get close to white kids, and sometimes white kids catch it. They catch the fucking bug, right, of the super predators. Right? So anyway, Mark Conte reporting. It's not, look, anybody who reviews this video and says, "Oh, this guy's a racist, man. He's a white supremacist." Really, you've really got to get your head out of your ass, right? Stop smelling your own smell and look at how the humans are behaving. Your strand, your hybrid of human, is hurting other humans for no reason. You have to stop that. You have to retrain. You got to retrain the humans, man. Marcus Conte reporting. Badoom. Bada. Mm-hmm.